The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 is loaded with settings and features. Here are some of my favorite ones that I enabled during the initial setup. So the first thing I did was change the grid size, and to do this we're going to hold on the home screen and then click on settings, scroll down until you find home screen grid, and then here we can change it to 5x4, which is going to allow us to have more screen real estate to adjust or customize where we put our apps. Next, I'm going to go to settings, display, and enable eye comfort shield. This feature is designed to reduce eye strain and promote better sleep. It works by filtering out blue lights from your screen and adjusting the color to a warmer yellow tone. You can customize it to make it as yellow as you want, or you can just leave it at adaptive, which is the setting I'll leave it on. And there's also enhanced comfort if you want to turn that on as well. Next, I want to adjust the keyboard size, so we're going to go ahead and jump back into settings, scroll down to general management, and then you will see Samsung keyboard settings. Click on that, scroll down until you see size and transparency, and then here we're going to just resize the keyboard. So now you can resize it to however you want. I'm just going to shrink this keyboard until I feel comfortable, so this seems about right. And yeah, now I have adjusted the keyboard. Next, we're going to go to advanced feature here, go to labs, and then in the labs we're going to turn on multi-window for all. This, like the name, will allow all apps to open up in pop-up or split screen view, including apps that haven't been designed for these layouts. So for example here, let's say I want to play Angry Birds, and as you can see it does not allow that. But if I go back and turn this feature on, I could now play Angry Birds here on the go while I am still able to run other tasks. Next, I want to magically increase the RAM. So to do this, we're going to go to device care, go to memory, and then once we're here, scroll down and click on RAM plus. And now we can increase the RAM by 12 gigs, 2 gigs, whatever you want. And I'm just gonna go ahead and increase it to 12 gigs. So basically here the phone's going to use your storage space to provide virtual memory, so you have more power to multitask and have more apps stay open in the background. So you can see the layout on the front cover display. You can see the widgets here, and when I go ahead and unfold this, you can see it mirrors everything from the front display. And that is not the customization I want, so I want to have an independent layout on the main display separate from the cover display. So to do this, open up settings and search cover screen mirroring, and go ahead and turn it off. With this feature turned off, it allows you to set up completely different home screen layouts for your two displays, so you can optimize each screen for how you use it. Next, we're going to go ahead and go to display right here, then scroll all the way down and find the tab that says continue apps on cover screen. Here, we can choose whether to continue apps on the cover screen, set it to always. You can set it to swipe up to continue or set it to never. So on always, it will automatically open the content of the main screen to the cover screen like so. When you set it to swipe up, it will ask you if you want to continue viewing the content from the main screen. And when you set it to never, the screen will automatically lock when you close your phone. We're still in the display settings. Next, we're going to scroll down and turn on edge panels, if not already enabled. The edge panel provides quick access to frequently used apps, contacts, and features. You can also use it to create app pairs for split screen multitasking. Next, if you don't want recent apps showing up on your taskbar and taking up space, you can go ahead and turn it off through the settings. Just search up taskbar, and now you don't have recent apps showing on your taskbar. Or you can turn it on and change it to how many recent apps you want to show on the taskbar. Now, opening up the camera app, you can see here it is shooting at 12 megapixels, but I want to shoot it at 200 megapixels at all times. So if I just change the setting here like this, the camera settings will not save once I close out of the app. To change that, we're going to go to settings, search up camera mode. Right here, we're going to turn on the setting that says high picture resolution. This will keep the 200 megapixel resolution applied instead of switching back to default. Also, keep in mind, if you have the 200 megapixel resolution turned on, some features might not work, so if that happens, just turn it off. Next, we're going to go ahead and turn on auto scan. So go ahead and open up the camera app and click right here, go right here, and then tap scan documents and text. And once you're here, you're going to turn on auto scan. So with this, you're able to scan text and documents super easily. You can also save these scans as PDFs. To do this, you'll need to open up the gallery app, click on the settings icon, scroll way down and hit about gallery. And here we're going to want to tap on the version number until gallery labs is enabled. Once that's enabled, there will be a new gallery labs tab in the gallery settings. Here you can scroll all the way down and find the toggle that says save as PDF, which will now allow you to save your scans as PDFs, which will be saved in the My Files app under Documents, or you can even save it in your notes. Next, we're going to search up full screen and split screen view. In this tab, you can enable swipe for split screen, swipe for pop-up view, all those things, but here, this is what I want to turn on, which is full screen and split screen view. So when disabled, you can see the status bar on the top, but when enabled, it will take full advantage of the screen real estate, which is pretty nice. Next, we're going to scroll down in settings and go to advanced features, then find the tab that says flex mode panel. So flex mode looks like it's already turned on here, but we also want to turn on the setting that says auto show panel when folded. So here you can choose which app works in flex mode or just turn it on for all of them. And once you do that, you can now take advantage of the Z Fold and use it in a Z Fold way. Next, we're going to go to display settings and change the navigation bar type. You can see with the default buttons, it's taking up space here. I can just use the basic gesture navigation, which takes up less space and feels a bit more intuitive. Okay, so the next feature to enable is Dolby Atmos. Open up the quick settings panel, hold on the volume bar, and boom, here we're going to turn on Dolby Atmos. You can set it to auto or choose independently when viewing content. This feature will slightly improve the quality of the speaker by providing immersive 3D surround sound and also making it slightly louder as well. Next, we're going to go to display settings, scroll all the way down until you find accidental touch protection, which will protect your phone from accidental touches when in dark places like your pockets or bags. And then you can also enable touch sensitivity if you have a screen protector installed. Next, we're going to go to battery right here and then scroll down until you find wireless power share. With this feature, you're able to wirelessly charge your other Qi compatible devices using the Z Fold 7. Next, if you want to, we can speed up the animation. So to do this, we have to enable developer mode. Just search up build number on the search bar in the settings and just tap on it until developer mode is enabled. Once you do that, there will be a new tab that says developer options. And here we're going to scroll all the way down until we find the tabs that say animation scale. And here we're going to either set it to 0.5 if you want it faster or none if you want no animation, which I don't really like, but yeah, you can do whatever you choose here. Next, we're going to go to advanced features, scroll down to video effects, video brightness, and we're going to turn on bright setting, which will temporarily increase brightness and make colors more vibrant when watching videos. Also, if you're having difficulties finding these settings, you can just search up the keywords on the search tab, which will make it much easier. Next, we're going to go to advanced features. In the labs, we're going to go to side buttons, and here you can see double pressing the power button will open up the camera. But you can also change it to do other things like turn on the flash, which is super convenient, or you can set it to open up your favorite app. Last but not least, we're going to enable Find My Mobile, which, like its name, will help you find your phone when you lose it or misplace it.